Okay, hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today's video is a very exciting one. I was in shock as this streak was unfolding. So this is an 84 kill streak that I got with Darth Vader on Naboo, which is the single highest kill streak I've ever got in this game. So I'm always excited to bring these types of runs to you guys. Obviously I'll start with Vader's star cards like I always do. The first one is bonus health, which I think it'll be a topic for another video in the future potentially, but I think his bonus health card needs to be removed and or changed into something completely different. But obviously an extra bit of health is always nice to have. Second card is, as you can see from that clip there, is intensified lightsaber throw, so it just gives you extra distance on his saber throw, which for a slow character like Vader is a huge help, because you can almost sort of half snipe with his lightsaber throw, which is a huge advantage. And third card is Furious Resilience, which gives him 25% damage reduction during his focused rage, which just makes him an absolute tank. So my tips for Naboo when we're attacking like this is, again, like I've always said with some of the other maps such as Kashyyyk and stuff, you want to be swapping sides between left and right. You don't want to be spending too long in one spot. Obviously makes people easy for you to, or it makes you predictable, so you want to keep yourself on the move as much as possible. So I guess the best way to attack Naboo specifically is to sort of divide the map up into sections. So, you know, the MTT moves forward a little bit at a time and has checkpoints that it likes to cross between. So you can kind of treat the map the same for you. So you have little sections of the map. You're looking around for enemies, you clear the enemies from that section, and then you move on to the next section. Then maybe you swap sides and double back a little bit. You know, you're always swapping sides, going back and forth, left and right, and making sure you can clear every section to help your teammates push up with the MTT. And the biggest advantage for that is that it stops your opponents from firing the ion disruptors too much, which gives you more tickets for the second and third phase, which are really useful, because this is probably one of the hardest maps to push in the game. So like I said, that's what I'm doing right now, although I had a weird glitch with this tank. But I want to be swapping sides between left and right, scanning around, looking for enemies. Always keeping an eye on those disruptor targets, because you can always see when someone's picked them up. This guy's a little bit pesky as Luke, but he will get his comeuppance in a little bit. I think the other most impressive thing I found about this run for me personally was how many heroes I actually killed. As I was doing it, I literally lost count of how many heroes I'd actually killed, which is rare for me. Usually I try and, obviously for the sake of the kill streak, you want to avoid the heroes as much as possible unless they're vulnerable. Like this Luke is now, parried him a little bit, and then thanks to Kylo's freeze, got a swing and a kill on him. So if you guys want, while you're watching this, you can play a little game where you count down how many heroes I kill, and then let me know in the comments how many you thought I got, and I'll let you guys know how many it was. So again, as I was saying before, you're checking off the sections. You can go back and forth, clear it off a little bit at a time, make sure your MTT's got plenty of health. Now, while I did mention earlier that I like to avoid heroes for the most part, at the very least, if you have one near you, you want to at least engage them a little bit, especially if you're a saber hero, just to see what they're kind of going to want to do, if they're going to push you or if they're going to avoid you. Because if you have one that's going to push you, then if you have some teammates behind you to help you out, then they're going to be a threat to you because they want to go after you. Now this guy was bugging me the whole game because he was running the disruptor shot, and he has like a level 800 officer, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, if you got things like that, disruptor shots, explosives, supercharged sentry, things like that, you don't want to just stand there and block it back at them. You want to be keeping on the move, taking as little explosive damage as you can. Luckily Vader's got such a high health pool that he can sort of tank a lot of those hits. Now again, I'm just hitting these heroes a couple times, just make them know that I'm there, make them think I'm a bit of a threat, and just to see what they're going to do. Got a lucky kill on that guy there. But I was kind of expecting them to come after me. They're both looking like they wanted to have a go, and this Yoda was definitely keen to have a go. So got to kind of play it smart, use Focus Rage as soon as it comes available. And I've got my eye on the minimap this entire time, because I'm not even worried about any other troopers getting in my way. I'm worried about these two heroes. Because as you can see from the knockdowns and stuff, they're definitely both coming after me. All I need to do is just bide my time, get a couple of hits on them, hopefully scare them off. Got a couple of parries in there and a nice saber throw. Now this Yoda's weak, so I definitely have my sights set on getting rid of this Yoda. Unlucky not to get the kill on Anakin there, but we got rid of him, which is awesome. And that's a big tip that I just did there for tackling saber heroes in a one-on-one when you're a saber hero. Use your dashes to get behind them and hit them in the back. Not only does the shot in the back do extra damage, but it also means that they can't block it. So that's always advised, because if you just stand there in a stalemate, nothing's going to happen. You know, you're wasting too much time going after the heroes when you should be trying to focus on getting as many kills as you can, obviously. But also just so you can actually take them out if you have a chance and they're not quite sure what they're doing. So again, I'm going back here, checking that these are clear, and they appear to be, which is good. There is a guy here. Lucky to get that kill, but I'll take it. This Palpatine was a little annoying because he was literally beating me by half a second to all of these kills. So I think when I was doing this streak, I was kind of thinking that I'd had a decent start, but sort of 25-ish kills in the first phase is not a huge number. If I have some of my better runs, I can get, you know, upwards of 35 or 40. Or if you watch the Yoda breakdown that I did, I actually got 50 in the first phase with Yoda. So I guess, because I've been trying to get a streak with Vader on Naboo for so long, every other time I tried it, I was tensing up and trying to focus a bit too hard, and sort of made me try a little bit too hard, I guess. Whereas in this case, I think I played a lot more relaxed, because at this stage I only had 25-ish kills. The lobby was half empty, and I thought I'm not expecting too much of myself here. So I guess that just kind of relaxed my mind a little bit. And then when you're relaxed like that, you play a lot more freely, which has allowed me to go on such a good run. So that's like literally nothing to do with Battlefront 2 or anything like that, but 100% that the best way you want to be tackling this is to be relaxed as much as possible during your gameplay. And what you'll have noticed a little bit back there, when I choked the two heavies and the ARC Trooper got through that doorway. I could have gone out through that doorway and pushed him to kill him, and it would have been an easy kill. The problem, and it's going to happen again here, the problem is you got to dodge quickly, because if that door closes and you're stuck on the other side, you'll get trapped there and you'll die out of bounds. And that's exactly why I didn't push that heavy either, because I'd rather preserve the streak instead of trying to rush to get one more kill when I know, because that's happened to me, it's happened to a lot of people that I know, that is a huge no-no. I've died out of bounds in that situation far too often. Now I've lost a bit of health here and I'm low on stamina, so definitely worth backing off. We still got plenty of tickets. Got a nice kill on Rey there. And the objectives are almost captured. And as I say it, there it is there. It's captured. So now we can move on. Again, I got a few kills there, which was nice. So I'm sitting at 40, which I was pretty happy with at this stage. I wasn't really expecting what happened next. I think playing a bit more conservative with Vader for the first two phases is really good. If you can keep him you can have a decent streak number, even if you only have say 25 heading into this final phase, this is where Vader really shines. Like, this is absolutely the best phase for Vader. The tight hallways and corridors and stuff, combined with his insane damage on his lightsaber and his ability chain and his tankiness, just suits the throne room perfectly. And you can, as you'll see from this gameplay, you can almost single-handedly keep the enemy team at bay to capture this objective, which is kind of what I tried to do. I'm still playing this as if I'm dividing the map into sections and just clearing each section as I go. You don't want to push that too hard because there's a couple of heroes there. But when you have a chance to take out a hero, you definitely want to take advantage of it. I thought that Obi-Wan was going to push me, but he didn't. So I just want to scan. Like I said, we've still got a ton of tickets, and because we actually had a half-empty team, it means the tickets are going to drain a lot slower, which is good. One good tip that you'll see here with Saber Heroes, I did it before with Luke, you can catch them in mid-air with the choke like that, and there's literally no defense for them. And because that Anakin was already low on health, it was pretty straightforward to take him out. One other tip that I have with his saber throw, which you would have noticed there, is I pretty much always follow up the saber throw with a dodge, either to behind or to the side. That's just a way to minimise the damage that you take, because while your saber is out like that and being thrown, you can't dodge, you can't block. So if you just stand still, enemies can do a bit of damage to you before your saber comes back. Which is why I've gotten into the habit of always, like I did there again, dodging to the left, right, or front or back, just to minimise the threat of that damage. This is a time where you could sort of panic when you get pushed like that. But I knew I was okay, I still had plenty of health and I had Focus Rage active. Probably kind of wasted the saber throw there, but that's okay. I saw this Lando was low on health. And Lando, if he catches you with that stun, it can be game over. And again, I always want to at least get a couple of hits on heroes, make them know that I'm there. And that Yoda dashed stupidly. Managed to take him out as well. Now I really wanted to take this Luke out. I thought I had him here with the choke. At the very least I've dealt enough damage to him that he'll back off. Again, while I'm doing the same thing again, just going side to side, clearing enemies in and around, ducking for cover to activate Focus Rage, like I've said in the past with Dooku with his duelist and stuff. And there's parrying at its finest to get rid of that ray. Now Anakin's low, so I want to take him out, which I didn't get the kill there, but I still can kind of count that as a hero kill in my books, I guess. So I didn't really need my teammate there backing me up. I could have killed that Anakin anyway. But it was at this stage where I was just, I don't know, because I'd hit the 60 mark, I was already extremely happy with the streak I had, and I just played so freely because I was, you know, didn't really care too much if I died. And that comes back to the point I made earlier about just playing with freedom, I guess. If you set too much of an expectation for yourself going into a streak, I don't know, it can cause your gameplay to suffer a little bit. Whereas like I said here, I'm playing freely because I already have hit the mark that I wanted to hit. Another hero kill here with Obi-Wan. I guess the rest of our teammates struggled to actually push up on the objective because it was at this point I just felt like I was killing them so fast that I couldn't understand why we hadn't capped the objective already. But in a weird way, it's kind of nice because it just let me go ham. So there's not too much more I can really say in terms of tips. A lot of you probably would have watched my other Vader breakdown, where I had probably more detailed tips about Vader himself. I think I'm talking more about the map here, but this is just a lot of fun. I actually was in a party chat with a friend of mine at the same time, and he was just laughing at me because I was going nuts about just all the heroes I'd killed, and every time I was hitting a milestone it was I think at this point, this is when I knew I was really close to my best ever streak, which is 73. But I just wanted to get there, so I played really conservatively here. And when I hit that 74, I was just... I think I screamed a bit. This is, again, like I said before, just playing with absolute freedom. And it's a good feeling, so... There's not too many better feelings, to be honest. Now, I was spamming the swing button a little bit too much there, but turned out okay. But, as with all of the gameplay that I upload, half the time I upload it because even though it's a good streak, I do make mistakes. And I'm about to make a pretty big one, which you'll see in just a few moments. So I kind of wasted that saber throw a bit. So this is where I make the mistake. There's a heavy there lighting me up with a sentry, and I was swinging really slow. I could have easily just stood there and blocked his sentry straight back in his face. That's caused me to lose all of my health. Because of that, I then subsequently die in a sec in a situation where I normally wouldn't. Because I kill this guy here after hitting him with the saber. Activate focus rage. Now seeing Anakin here and he's low on health, especially after I choke him, I thought I can take him out here. I spammed the swing button way too much and he catches me in a retribution right in the middle of the throne room, which you don't want. But I can't really complain about that streak, to be perfectly honest, and as it turns out I earned enough battle points to pick Vader again. But that's gonna do it. The commentary on this one probably wasn't the greatest, to be honest, but I definitely can't complain too much, and it was still a good streak nonetheless. And you can enjoy a couple more hero kills that I got right at the end here. There's a Luke there, and I think there was a couple more. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is 100% my best streak ever in this game, so I was looking forward to bringing it to you guys. And this is also before the BB-8, BB-9E update, which is when Vader gets his choking while, or you can block an attack while choking, I should say, which is going to make him even more powerful. So I was even more impressed with the fact that it was before he was getting to the stage where, in my opinion, I think Vader will be OP, to be honest. So anyway guys, I'll get out of here and I'll stop rambling. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.